What is up, Battalion? It is your boy Trey of the Bat Channel, and we are live once again because, oh my, Titan Alert, sound off, because this episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters, episode 8, is gonna be action-packed. They've already started to release a couple of clips, and Godzilla has awoken, and he's coming for Titan X. Yes, the moment you've all been waiting for. So, guys, obviously, if this is your first time hanging out with the Bat Channel, I cannot show Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple TV on our channel. They would take us down faster than we can say, oh no, it's Godzilla. Okay? So you have to have Apple TV, which if you don't have Apple TV, I don't know what you're doing, because there's some fire shows over there, like For All Mankind, Godzilla, obviously with Monarch Legacy of Monsters, Ted Lasso, The Shrinking, I think is what they call that one show with Harrison Ford, and I'm totally spacing the other actor's name. So they have some really good content over on Apple TV. But if you want to start your 7-day trial now and get a taste of it, I have a link in the description that you can click and get it. So go check it out now. And this is basically a reaction movie theater like video where we're gonna play it together. We're gonna start it and react to it, and you guys we're just gonna have a great time. Maybe break down a couple of the things that we're seeing, so that way you get some good stuff all in that time. But like I said, if you don't have Apple TV, you need to get it. We're gonna give you guys like 10 minutes to pull it up. So go ahead, start doing that now. And oh man, if you have not seen our recent Monarch Monsters videos, like our epic episode 7 breakdown where we talk about Shaw in that crazy Axis Mundi episode. Did he break the timeline or did he preserve it? Watch it if you haven't already, which I'm going to end the poll right now to see which one of you did watch it. And I see that out of 25 votes, 84% of you have said yes. The other 16, no. You need to go check it out. And also, CinemaCon was this week, and a lot of big things are coming out right now about CinemaCon. Like one of them, Takashi Yamazaki, the director of the award-winning film Godzilla -1, was there to give us our first look at Godzilla -0, the official sequel to that film. And whoo, was that good? That looked so dang good. If you have not checked out our trailer reaction of that, you need to. If you're a Godzilla fan, what are you doing? Make sure you do it after this video, though. Don't leave us. Not yet, at least. But check out those videos. They're fire. They're blowing up right now. I think our Godzilla -0 video almost has 100 likes on it. So come on, Battalion, help us get to 8K, because we're getting close. We're getting close to 8K already because of you guys being crazy. And of course, let's go through all the pleasantry stuff of YouTube and social media and content creating. If you want more great content, to get in touch with us, DM us, let us know what's going on in your life, and we'll tell you what's going on in our life, or just to see other content that we got going on. You can follow us on one of our social media pages like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at _Bat Channel. And if you're over on Facebook, you just do at Holy Bat Channel, because someone beat us to that _Bat Channel, those punks. Not that it's going to matter, because we're rebranding at the end of summer anyways. So joke's on you, whoever took that on Facebook. Ha. But follow us there, and we're eventually going to change our name. So as long as you're following us there, just do it. And of course, replay crew, if you're watching this and it's not live, comment all the way throughout the video, because I want to hear from you guys on what you think of tonight's episode. So I love reading them, and I love commenting back. We're one of probably the few channels out there that comments just about on every single comment. So do it. We love hearing from you guys, and we know you guys are just hanging out with us. Now, obviously, join the Battalion by smashing that like, sharing, subscribing if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'm feeling good this week because of a lot of good content, a lot of great stuff coming out, and ooh, man, it's great. It's so great. And of course, our road to 10K subscribers. We can't do it without you, Battalion. And now, without further ado, let me go ahead and bring out our fire panel, the Monarch Monsters. Standing in at center, we got Super Bro Corey and a power forward OJ. How's it going, gents?
What a fire opening, bro. Yeah, dude, I was fine. You were singing, you were fast, we're getting to it. It's like not wasting time. Beginning with
I'm pumped.
Yes. See, I aim to please, gents.
Are we ready to go tonight? Is that what's happening here?
It is one of those things where we're just ready to go. How are we feeling about tonight? Like this is the episode. This is the collision course that we have been on since the first episode. And when Kokai was released from Axis Monday, we've all been waiting for Godzilla to show up and maybe show Kokai what's up. That he's the king of the monsters. What are we feeling? What do we think we're gonna see? Koj.
I think we're gonna see Godzilla. Because is it accidental that we get a lot of Godzilla trailers and an episode coming here with Godzilla popping out? I mean, I just think it'd be hot, and I'm ready for some Godzilla. I don't even care why or how. Yeah. I'm already made up my mind that Ty Nexus is a good guy, a good lady. You know, she should be protected, and I'm just hyped as heck AF to see where this goes, especially with that curveball of the time situation. Because I have a lot of questions, but I'm kind of going to be patient to see if this answers it. But yeah, a lot's going on. I'm super hyped, and your intro was fire as heck. I just wish I could sing as good as you. But I'm here and happy.
I like it. Guys, just quick FYI, set your timer into 1 minute and 17 seconds into the episode. That will have you guys skip all the recap stuff, and you'll just be able to start right with us, okay? So 1 minute, 17 seconds. Go ahead and put up your timer. Oh.
As you crazy Craig Rowland said, it's out.
It's out. Oh, I know you guys are super excited. Corey, what are you expecting to see tonight?
I think this is probably going to be a pretty boring episode, to be honest with you. Not much action, not much of anything that we're looking for tonight. No, man, I think we're in for a real treat tonight, buddy. I'm looking super forward to this one. Are we going to finally get to the battle part, Trey? I know you keep saying that. Like, I'm hoping we're there. I'm absolutely hoping we're there. But yeah, man, I'm pumped. There's gonna be a reason why maybe we don't get full on battle, but there has to be a reason why Godzilla has to put her in her place, right?
There's definitely something that is going to set them off that creates the problem that we're about to see for sure. I'm curious to see what that is exactly and obviously Shaw is going to be awakening Godzilla with what his plan is, but we'll have to see how they go about it. Guys, as you know, we always like to talk about one of the cool things that we're doing on our channel now is some of the best comments that we've gotten on our channel, like with our breakdown videos, whoever got the best comment there and whoever got the best comment from our trailer reaction from Godzilla -1. And we got so many comments on our -1 trailer reaction that I feel like we got to talk about some of them. So one of them that I brought up is from our very own The Butler. Hey, he's saying the floating debris scene that we see in the Godzilla -0 trailer he thinks it could have been caused by Gojira. Nuclear power can have significant magnetic abilities. For an example, when a nuclear explosion occurs, it releases gamma rays. When gamma rays collide with atoms in the atmosphere, it can generate magnetic and electrical fields. I really dig that. Have you guys seen the trailer to -0? What's your initial thoughts first off?
Like, I don't know where they're going with this. I'm hyped and I'm glad that we're seeing the cast. It's 2 years later. We're not doing a different generation, which is what I thought they would do. They're really continuing what's going on here, which also shows how fast this Godzilla materializes. And they got so many ambiguous stuff in there that it showed us enough to get hyped without spoiling the story. I like that. And I appreciate that. It gives me a sense of faith that they know what they're doing and delivering us something as powerful as the previous one, So I'm really, really excited. And I have a lot of questions, but I get why they would call it -0, because numerically they're going forward, not backwards. So with -1, after -1 is 0, after that is 1, then 2. We're going up, not down. So if there's a third one, would it be called Godzilla 1? Or is
Maybe.
this
So
leading up to a certain timeline when we're catching up with?
Maybe.
Or
I did hear.
You know,
Yeah.
what if this is the Monarch timeline that Shaw created?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. One thing I
I know
did
so
hear,
many questions,
right?
but I'm hyped. Looks
One
beautiful.
thing I did hear from Takashi Yamazaki, he did an interview with Fandango at CinemaCon, and they asked him what's the deal with -0, and he kind of said that, like, so obviously -1, if you're looking at it in numerical value, that's further back than -0, but essentially the idea is that the group is getting to some normalcy. The world is trying to get back to normalcy, but it still has a negative, like, it's not fully zero. It's not fully positive. It's not fully neutral. So we're still in a bit of a negative space. But
Well, zero's kind of
getting
weird because there's no negative or plus with it. But
exactly.
I get what
But
you
I
mean.
guess it's kind of how he was saying, it's like it's not exactly zero, but like decimals we're talking about.
Oh,
now.
like okay, I could buy that now.
Like the energy vibe of that
minus
zero
0.0009 or something.
Yeah, kind of thing.
I'm cool with that.
Kind of fascinating. Oh, hey, we got a surprise here.
Ah!
Orchid Beats saying
Orchid
like and
Beats.
subscribe to the Bat channel. Haven't watched the season yet, but hoping to soon. Orc, it's awesome. I think this season
good, dog.
blows season 1 out of the water so far. I think it's a far better season. And the surprising part, I think we can say, is the fact that Godzilla and Kong, for the most part, are barely in it. Other Titans take the focus, and that's not a bad thing. It's actually a wonderful thing because this other Titan, Kokai Titan X, is so fascinating, and the story has just been so great. So you can't complain with that. I also see TJ saying, I'm locked and loaded. Unfortunately, I didn't leave a comment is because I was drawing a blank. Just do it anyways, TJ. You know, it always helps the algorithm when you leave a comment. No, I totally get
I
it.
like emojis as comments sometimes because they're as expressive. You're like, what? It works.
I love what Orchid Beat says. Already have the babysitter ready so I can go see -0. Oh, yeah, totally, dude. I don't care if I have to leave the wife and kids behind. I'll be there at midnight watching for sure. But thank you so much, Butler, for your comment, because I think you brought up a great point that it could be Godzilla. A lot of people are speculating that it might have something to do with Ghidorah, with it being -0, Monster Zero, like I was even thinking. But it could be. There could be 2 Godzillas. That one design, man, looks kind of crazy. Super Bro, what was your thoughts on the zero gravity scene, the Top Gun zero gravity scene in Godzilla -0?
Dude, looks amazing. You know me and Top Gun. Did you say Top Gun, Trey?
Top Gun.
That makes me feel so good, dude. I am so excited for Godzilla -0. I think what you really got me on is the comment of potentially 2 Godzillas. And that's mind-blowing to me, Trey. So you think it might be 2 Godzillas?
Well, okay, so there was something that happened in -1 that was very overlooked, and that was the Godzilla-saurus scene back on Odo Island when Godzilla first appears and he wipes out the BATtalion.
Yes.
If you look closely, it doesn't look the same, but that Godzilla-saurus has scars on his neck. So something else, he's been fighting something else that can rival him. So a lot of people are speculating, and I guess it was mentioned in the movie novelization of that film that Takashi Yamazaki did himself, that he gave a hint and said that there was more out there, that it wasn't only Godzilla.
So, to me,
more
Trey,
creatures or more Godzilla species?
It sounded like more, like based on, I forget the wording he does, but it made it sound like there's more Godzillas out there.
So Trey, obviously I'm a Godzilla noob, but has there ever been minus baby Godzilla?
Like,
have you ever seen 2 Godzillas?
Well, if you
They're
included
always,
the
like,
1998
artificial or
Sony film,
mutated.
you know, the Sony film had multiple Godzillas.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, but in terms
Those
of if there were
lizards.
2 Godzillas, if you consider Space Godzilla, but there has always been hints that there were other Godzillas out there. For an example, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, that was during the Millennium era, where Godzilla faced a Mechagodzilla, Kiryu, who was made from the bones of the original 1954 Godzilla. So that's, you know, said basically that there were 2. There was also Godzilla versus Destroyer, which was still Baby Godzilla or Godzilla Jr. So there has been multiple Godzillas. Now, whether they fought each other and were in, you know, some type of alpha battle, no, that hasn't been a thing. But it is intriguing for sure. You know, I dig that. And there's Godzilla Final Wars as well, if you want to consider the fight sequence between Godzilla and Zilla. But I don't think a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, that's definitely, you know, counts.
It does. I love that movie.
It's a great scene. Such
Everything's
a good movie.
inspired by that film in my book.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Great comment though. But there's one more comment I wanted to talk about here. And this was from Kirasaji075, who told us there are statues of liberty in Japan and France. You know, it's not necessarily limited to New York. So this was based on my comment that, like, oh, Godzilla, he's in New York now. Like, he's clearly going up against that. You bring up a good point of there are the other statues of liberties, one in France, one in Japan. However, if I recall, the one in Japan wasn't built or placed there until like 1998. It was very late. Like, it
wasn't back then.
Yeah. So if it's 1949, that takes out Japan. I highly doubt it's France, because I don't see where France becomes a big conversation in 1949 for the political, like, impact that would have. Now, we do see in the trailer there is the Enola Gay-like ship. So we know that the Americans were paying attention to the operation that Japan did to take down Godzilla, where you know, they hit the jet into Godzilla's mouth and explodes. So there's that aspect. So if the Americans were paying attention to it and were doing secret ops, it kind of seems like to me that the Americans are going to play a major role in this film for -0, which would make sense because, I mean, Shin Gojira, the Americans play a huge role in that, where they take a lot of, I mean, it's post World War II. Japan didn't really have a lot of political power, but not only that, military power, which is why you kind of see them in the position that they are in with Godzilla -0, needing other people to help out. It wasn't even the military that was doing it. It was like former soldiers who had to get what was left of their military assets to fight this thing. And they used fisher boats, for God's sakes, to fight Godzilla. And the Americans and the Russians kind of stayed away because it was the Cold War beginning, you know, tensions were rising. So there is that aspect of it. So I think it's fair to say, based on obviously the Japanese Statue of Liberty wasn't built yet, most likely not going to be France. It's gonna be New York for sure, in my opinion. Takashi Yamazaki even made the announcement for Godzilla -0 in New York. I'm sure he was probably there scouting, you know.
So I agree too, and especially being a fan of Tokusatsu Super Sentai. So they always use these classic type of popular, iconic, scenic sceneries or buildings or structures that tell the audience exactly what world whatever kaiju is in, you know.
So
it's like a common. I guess so seeing that, I just took a super Tokusatsu rules. It's like, they're saying he's going to America.
So let me ask you this then, Trey, too. Minus the 98 Godzilla movie, has Godzilla been to New York before?
Not that I recall. I mean, there's in Final Wars. Yeah, I think in Final, like in terms of a Godzilla film where New York was involved, there was the Final Wars
Yeah.
film, and I think Rodan is the one that appears in
Okay.
New York, or maybe that was Seattle. I can't recall. But I think Rodan was in New York. I think. So
Oh, that's tough.
yeah, I can't recall at the time. I
Yeah.
could swear if it was New York. But no, New York has, I mean, it's mostly taking place in Japan, you know, whether it was Monster Island, a little far off, you know, it's Godzilla's mostly been in that realm, especially when it came to Toho films.
Sometimes Australia.
Yes, sometimes Australia, where he fought Zilla in Final Wars in Sydney. But let me add, first off, I just want to say thanks again, Kirasaji075. Thank you for that comment. And you brought up some great points. It's been a huge debate. A lot of people have been like, oh, no, it's New York. And you were kind of the first one that was like, hey, hold on. It could be these other places. But now that we've kind of put together different things and looking at the size of Godzilla, you know, we were talking about how the other statues of liberties in France and Japan are under 30, 40 feet tall. And Godzilla at the end of -1, he was already 164 feet, I believe. And based on that, he would tower even more than what we see in those scenes. So it seems to me that Godzilla has doubled in size since then, and it's probably the New York once again. But great comments, guys. And then for our best comment of the breakdown, guys, let us know in the chat if you're ready to go, because we're about to get started and watching episode 8, because I know you guys don't want to wait no more. We had our very own Oracle's Clock Tower saying this episode was so heartbreaking. I think when older Shaw was saying it's the moment they let her go, I think he was not only talking about that moment for younger Shaw, but himself too. He knows Keiko will never agree with his plan to use Godzilla against Titan X, and that it will be the end of their relationship. And the even more heartbreaking part is everything he chose to do was to protect her and Hero's kids. Man, oh man, talk about a deep dive and like tearing us apart, Oracle. What's your guys' thoughts? Like, do you think when he said this is the moment we let her go, was he talking about himself too? Go, Jay.
Yeah.
Feeling it? Yeah, you feeling it?
I think that could be a reason why he kind of forgot all this, because he let everything go. Because then that's when he shows up back a little bit further in the future or whatever, right? So I think he let a lot go that moment. So if that's true, then because at the beginning of that scene, I felt like he sighed, because I don't know, I feel like he remembers he had to do this way, like he heard it before.
Oh, so you're still on the frequency idea that like he recognized this conversation. He was saying
or
word
time
for word,
machine, whatever.
Okay.
Where, and Babylon 5 did this too, where it's like now he's up to a point in his life where he's on the other end and he remembers it from his past.
Okay.
It's a theory. I don't know.
What's your thoughts?
Or he forgot.
Dude, I almost teared up rereading that from Oracle again, dude. That one, she hit it nail on the head with that comment, bro. It was a tough one. Everybody has heartache and heartbreak, and unfortunately, Shaw has to go through it numerous times with Kay. It makes me, hurt so badly for Shaw and Shaw's story. Like, you think one, he obviously likes her and she picks Bill over him, and then so that's one heartbreak loss. Then, losing her in the hole and thinking she's gone. Then seeing her in the Axis Mundi and not saving her then, and then finally the fourth one, older Shaw, with it wasn't just 3 strikes you're out for Shaw. He had to go through that heartbreak with Kay so many times. Plus having her come back as well too. So it's like, man, her Oracle's comment there was just so on point, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. And Oracle, like, really great comment from our breakdown video, because when you said it was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't think about it that way when I first watched it, but when you said it, I was like, nailed it. I think that's exactly what's happening, and I think we're going to see the aftermath of that for sure. So, Corey, who was also our first comment of tonight's live stream? We're all going to do like one giant like thank you to our best comments of our Godzilla -0 trailer reaction. Once again, I want to thank the Butler, Kasarji 075, and then for our best comment of our episode 7 Monarch breakdown, Oracle's Clock Tower. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And then for our first comment of today's live stream, Good Soldiers Follow Order 66 Bat Channel. Did you see the final trailer to Mando and Grogu? I have not yet. So don't spoil anything. Maybe we'll try to do a trailer reaction sometime, but I'm very excited. That film comes out on my birthday, so I know how I'm celebrating. Yeah. But I'm excited. Corey, can you play a little something to say thank you to all the people starting the hype train and those wonderful comments on our video?
Since you mentioned Khan and Top Gun tonight, I think we have to go with this one.
Whoa,
that's awesome. Corey, are we ready to go? What's the chat saying? We ready to start the watch party?
Trey, people are like, what are we still talking about, Trey? Why haven't you started this already? Let's go.
All right. Well, guys, I hope you have it a minute and 17 seconds in to bypass all the recap stuff. And let's not waste more time. Let's get right into this. Coming down in 3, 2, 1, play.
What's up, Raphael?
Raphael is saying Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2, Episode 8. Final Godzilla and Kong versus Titan X. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool. We definitely know it's going to be Godzilla versus Titan X at least. Oh,
whoa!
Wow! Oh, look at that! So she's covering herself in sand. I wonder if she's laying eggs, man. It's such a turtle-like thing to do.
Yeah, just like that sea turtle thing we mentioned on this show.
Whoa. Oh, look at that. They're building her cocoon.
Huh.
That looked like the same design of her, like, kind of, what did Lee called it, like the wasp nest of hell. In Axis Mundi.
Wow.
Ooh.
So she found a new resting spot to nest?
Maybe. She could be setting up shop here.
I'll give Apex and everybody time to catch up and catch her too. If she's in one spot.
That works.
Yeah. Love when you guys are welcoming each other. That's the way I like it. BATtalion.
The
scene is awesome. Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2, Episode 10, ending Space Godzilla. That would be really cool. I don't know. I get a feeling that they're going to save Space Godzilla for Godzilla Kong Supernova. Like, they're not going to tease it at all. I mean, even though the world basically knows at this point that's going to be Space Godzilla. Shaw is on a mission. Yes, he certainly is. Wasting no time. A Toyota Land Cruiser pickup is wild.
That smile's creepy. Sir, you know as well as I do. I've heard that so many times.
Oh, gosh.
Woo!
We were just talking about this with -0, weren't we? Like, how the Americans were just gonna take matters in their own hands and be like, we'll bomb them.
It's a common theme, huh?
It is. Yeah, Monarch Legacy of Monsters. TJ says, by the way, I noticed something from last season when they were being sucked up by the forest time loop door there were two doorways straight ahead and on the one to the left, which Apex snaps them. Oh, interesting. Yep, we did a trailer reaction to that, Raphael. Should check it out after our watch party. Definitely, dude.
Yo, I'm getting already a part 1 of 3 of an epic finale vibes with how.
Dude, I think you might be right.
Like how they entered was just like the
Yes.
first time you see him in the beginning of a movie, you know,
Mm.
with the blur, and then you can see the opening credits, you know. Like, I think I'm hoping and I'm feeling we're in for something starting like with this episode. Whoever did the set design loves Tron.
I like that you guys are wondering if this is going to be like the precursor to the Oxygen Destroyer. Probably not exactly the Oxygen Destroyer, because the first time they used it was in King of the Monsters, but they might have something else that they're testing out that's similar.
I want new stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. That guy is a tool. He certainly is. Director Barris is a tool.
That's a big beach.
We got the birds, the duality. Oh.
Mm.
Mm. Wait. Yeah. There's 3 episodes left. It's just gonna be 1 hour by now.
Yeah, see that?
Like
We do have 3 hours
24.
left. I told you it's like a movie. I feel like this is all like one kaiju movie that really got to take its time and flesh out characters in detail.
Make sure you guys smash that like button too if you haven't yet already tonight.
See, here's the part I don't get about the Monarch show. If Monarch really is trying to be as secretive or, keeping the information coming out, if Kentaro left and he's away and he hasn't really been a huge asset other than helping out his dad, I don't understand why they're like wasting the resources to send a chopper to go get him and then bring him back.
So season 1, the whole Kate and her thing, is that like done?
I mean, okay, if it was kind of a weird one-off thing that like didn't really
Apparently, it
need.
just never existed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like 2 years though. Or so. Oh wait, not for them. They were together, right? These are good shots here. I like these profiles. ESS.
Save Titan X, yeah. Yes, do it. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, Oracle's Clock Tower. Always appreciate you supporting us. Raphael says Godzilla Minus Zero final trailer may release November 6th. Oh, wait, are you saying the trailer will release in May? Could see that. What's up, Sean? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Sean asks, are you excited for WrestleMania? Just for Rhea Ripley, to be honest.
Oh yeah, that's this week.
Yeah, I'll gladly watch that match. The rest,
My
I don't care.
Japanese Stardom, they're in Vegas on Friday. I was thinking about going.
Do it.
I gotta fix my car first.
Kaiju Crazy Craig says Tim is one of the good ones. Yep, I like him.
I liked him. Oh, he's legit spying.
Betrayal. Yeah, we had a feeling that Kentaro was going to be it. At least he has some purpose on the show now.
Yeah, season 2 gave him a lot of oomph. Season 1 had a little hint of it, but yeah.
Can you blame
I have not.
Kentaro though? He's still in shock after his dad died and everything like that. So,
And he lived through season 1 too on the
Yeah.
his team.
And he's very vulnerable at the moment.
Yep.
And like we said in our breakdowns, Isabel Simmons she's being a master manipulator. She's hitting him in all the right areas to pull that loyalty towards her. Unfortunately, that will be his downfall.
Hopefully it's her downfall somehow, not his. He's our guy. He's our boy.
personal vendetta. While the chat thinks that she's not a monster, to Kentaro she is.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see exactly what Titan X is up to.
Hey, they're a good team.
He's a real one.
Yeah, I liked him.
Joker's Wild says, so Isabel is working with Apex. We were thinking possibly like she could be lying or she's doing her own thing.
I mean, the fact that they had that shot where Kentaro was doing something suspicious on the sly, That tells me she's bad.
So underrated. Yeah. The birds are protecting Kokai. It's an interesting thought.
That was
Somewhere
a
in the
weird
South
interaction.
Pacific.
Here we go. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
Well, that's interesting. That looks like a Access Money portal. Oh wait, no. Okay,
Give me what
there
I
he
want.
is.
Yes, what I want.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
That could have been his temple. It looked like it with the lava, but they didn't give us a big enough view. And by the temple, I'm talking about the one that he rests in King of the Monsters after he gets hit with the oxygen destroyer.
I think the show is definitely shot in that big dome.
Gojira El Mozilla says, has it shown Godzilla yet? I'm not able to watch the show because I don't have Apple TV. They just showed Godzilla literally a couple minutes ago. If you don't have Apple TV, I definitely recommend maybe like at the end of the season, do their 7-day trial. So that way you can just cut the subscription and just binge it. He's like, I saw the king. The king has awakened. To Coach Hank. What's up, bro? Good to see you, dude. What's an ending, King Ghidorah? Yeah, it would be cool if they do start to maybe season 3 gets into, because we're only in 2017 and the events of King of the Monsters are in 2019. But it would be cool if season 3, Alan Jonah was like the villain. I've been down for that. What are you up to?
Oh, she stopped smacking the ground.
If anything, it'll power him up.
Hey. How are they going to get Titan X to go, hey, migrate?
Great question, Ultimate Promethean Hybrid. What are the scarabs in? I think based on that small little design we saw, that they're kind of building that same nest that was in Axis Mundi. I think Kokai is really realizing that he woke up early and is trying to go back to sleep, but can't get back to Axis Mundi for some reason. Who knows? Dean Classified says, I think it's fair to say Isabel is with Apex. Do you guys agree with that? Like, are we seeing enough evidence to go ahead and agree with Dean on that?
Now let's say I have a surprise with Isabel.
TJ says the scarabs are trying to help find the migratory route, hence why they go in the water. That's a cool theory.
Oh, look at the babies. They're just playing, man. Just chilling. I mean, she waked her up from a good dream. I'm the same way. I love Kay. There's our.
Awesome.
It's like a crocodile.
Meaning no feathers?
No, no wings either. And it sleeps on the water. Penguins don't. They just swim. Just because you swim doesn't mean you dwell from the depths of the ocean. It's like, I'll show you what I've been working on.
It's an see, it was my theory was right. She was totally being a turtle.
Yep. It's for babies.
Even more reason you have to kill it now.
What?
No.
Team
I
Shaw
mean,
to the
unless
end,
you're
baby.
gonna make the
Team Shaw
biggest,
to the end.
unless you're gonna make a really huge omelet.
Come on, you gotta see, dude. That's like total manipulation playing with you. No, it probably weren't.
You say it's not gonna work. Oh! I almost lost my headset.
So Trissip was working for her. Thank you, Trev. That's nice, dude. $5 super chat saying hashtag the bat channel was right. Just good educated guesses, you know.
Right on here. We've been saying this like sea turtles, how this everything was.
And I was right. She is a female. So many people are like, dude, they keep calling her he, and I'm like, but she's acting too maternal. Oh shoot.
Start running in a different direction.
We'll play something at the end, Trevor H, to say thank you for that $5 super chat, though. Thank you, dude. Well, you said it had in your breakdown. Yep. Everyone, you guys are too kind.
What is
That
up,
channel
Scammer
got another
Skull?
one.
Good to see you here. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Scammer Skull saying, I hope to see Godzilla. He's showing up right now. Oh, and see, this is what's going to push them to fight. It's a maternal instinct. She's trying to protect her egg.
Yeah. She's glowing red. Oh, there's that sexy beast.
See, how could you be mad at Shaw? If it wasn't for Shaw, Godzilla wouldn't be here.
Jesus, Corey. Not for the right reason, though.
Yeah.
This right here alone is the right reason.
No.
Oh, and this is what's going to set her off. Stealing her egg is a bad idea.
Then Godzilla is the one who saves the egg. Wouldn't that be cool? Everyone's so cruel, man.
Oof.
Let's go. Get him. Get him.
Godzilla's like, you shouldn't be awake yet. Go to sleep. Wow, Kokai is huge.
Yeah, it's because of the shape of her. It's hard to kind of imagine how huge compared, unless it's next to another one. No.
What's
This
up, Amazing
horrible the
Webhead?
egg. Oh, she sees. She saw. You see that? Oh no, Godzilla, don't.
Yes.
Hey, got this guy. Oh snap. Whoa. Kokai's the fastest swimmer than Godzilla, right?
Is that the end?
It looks like an end.
Yeah. Ah, good episode. Such a
Oh,
tease.
the egg.
Wow.
Such
Oh,
jerks,
Wow.
man. I'm hyped and happy and angry and pissed off at the same time.
Wow.
wow. Yeah. Wow. And Amazing Webhead says the season is a plot of Mothra versus Godzilla. No, that's a great point because that is kind of what sets it off, right? Is Mothra's trying to protect her eggs and Godzilla going after her. Because Godzilla was not exactly the balance of nature at that moment. He was just kind of big, mean dinosaur. But wow. First off, Trevor H. Q214, $5 super chat saying hashtag TBC was right. Thank you. No, it's we were also wrong at one point too. In the very beginning of the season, we were wondering if Kokai was a false god. You know, if she was doing something bad to the water, and even Kojay was kind of the first one. Like, if they're worshiping her, like, I think there's some benefit there. So, if you want to give it to someone, Kojay was kind of the first one that was kind of like, there's something extra going on here, and seeing, you know, just paying attention to certain things, it became clear that Kokai was not a threat. Godzilla wasn't going after her. Like, Godzilla was aware of Ghidorah's presence, Kong's presence. He's pretty much aware of every other Titan's presence without being called. This was the first time that someone called Godzilla, and I think that's more what set him off. You know, it wasn't the fact that Kokai was there. It was the fact that, like, okay, he's being called. Something weird's going down. And I think the fact that Kokai being in a paternal protective state of wanting, you know, to keep her egg safe was just immediately aggressive towards Godzilla, and that's what set it off. So I don't think Godzilla, if he would have showed up and maybe Kokai was like sleeping, I don't think he would have like bugged her. You know, I think he would have been like, all right, well, there's no problem here, kind of thing. Thank you for the fact that we got a lot right today. We got that Kokai was there laying eggs. We got Kokai right for being a mother. A lot of people are like, no, they keep calling her a he, like she's, you know, it's a dude Titan. I'm like, but this has a lot of maternal instincts here. She's treating the scarabs as if it's her children. I was like, she's a female, dude. And the fact that Trissop was working for Isabel, another one right there. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that we're just providing some great content. So you guys know, you already know, smash that like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers and Super Pro. Can you play a little something to say thank you to our boy Trevor H for that $5 super chat?
Yeah, boy.
Oh man. Yeah, but see, I think that's the thing too, is Godzilla takes, clearly Kokai is not considered an alpha Titan, you know, because Godzilla very aware of Kong and their rivalry. Ghidorah, the Muto Primes, he knows how the Muto Primes kind of have a infestation like mentality where there's so many of their eggs that they could just roam the world and start eating people and like really upsetting the balance of things. So that's why he goes after Mutos.
Hey, Trey.
Yeah. Can
we create a poll right now?
Sure. What's up?
There is a lot of people in the chat saying, damn it, Kentaro.
F Kentaro.
No. F Kentaro. I officially hate Kentaro.
We need a Kentaro post.
Yeah, like I think we need a Kentaro post. Like, you know, Kentaro did do some stuff today.
Can Kentaro be redeemed? Is that what you're going to ask?
Yeah, that's you know me. Is he redeemable, like baby? Is Kentaro redeemable? And I'm going to say I'll wait until you put that up. But man, that was an incredible episode tonight, dude. Thank God for Shaw for initiating this Battle of Titans.
Even though Shaw was wrong about it, like his mentality was wrong.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
You're just so Team Shaw that you can't admit that Shaw was in the wrong on this one, huh?
He wasn't in the wrong. He wasn't in the wrong on this one. You know, it's unfortunate that this Titan X got out. So it's an unfortunate situation, but ultimately, yeah, I don't think Shaw. I don't think Shaw did the wrong thing by any means. Like,
I think his intentions were good. I just don't think he for once he didn't listen. He was responding emotionally to losing Hiroshi.
Yes, but here's the thing though too. In the grand scheme of things, who knows Titans more than K, and that would be Shaw. Shaw knows more about Titans than K does, and that's just the hard truth. And K needs to get that realized, because ultimately she's only been around for the time that they spent together already, and then 2 days in Access. How many days in Access Monday? So in the grand scheme of things, while she was down there, so was he. He has a lot more exposure to the Titans, has the history behind the Titans, and I think ultimately. We said this from the beginning. This is why people like Shaw. Shaw does what needs to be done. And honestly, Godzilla needed to be called in.
Why? Why did Godzilla need to be called in?
Who's going to put every single one of those Titans bow down before Godzilla? Godzilla puts them in their place. So ultimately,
what was Titan X doing that needed to be put in place?
Hey, just the fact that she's a mom laying eggs all over the place, you know, and
she laid one egg.
Hey, and she would have gone off to the next one. You know, how quickly does she respawn? How quickly does she spawn? Do we know for sure?
No, we don't. Maybe something happened down in the world where she found another man, and you know that she got to lay one egg.
That was pretty quick, though, bro. That was pretty quick how quickly she spawned. So in the grand scheme of things, I think she needs to be put back in her place. And the quickest way to put her back in the place is getting Godzilla involved. That she can't be here. That she's not allowed to be here. And I get what you're saying. I know people are upset with Shaw right now, but I'm telling you, we need to trust Shaw. He has the most experience as far as the Titan side of things goes.
Koj, what's your thoughts on that?
No, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, there is maybe Shaw has the most experience of going at about dealing with Titans one way, and never even tried the other way.
He's done both ways, right? He's worked with K before.
Yeah, but they've never had the chance of success to help and save and preserve and learn from a Titan. That's always been taken away from them. They never had that chance. They've just been going one way about it, and I think one way isn't always the right way because not all situations are the same. So I think the way that has been successful before, I see why he believes that could work, but the situation is different where that answer can't solve this solution. Because it just adds another problem onto it. Like, why he believes his way is correct, but I see that he is correct for not losing the sight of actually working with a non-aggressive Titan.
Yeah,
but so here's the thing though. Like Shaw has seen
Amazing Webhead. We are going to talk about this, so make sure you stick around. I think we're just going to finish this debate real first.
Shaw has and. Let's see here. Shaw was the first guy who basically supported the idea of bombing Godzilla in the damn 1950s, and I agree with that too. I don't think that was necessarily a bad idea either, as well. And the Red Hood Outlaw says Shaw can do no wrong, but even I have to admit, dog, unless Godzilla arrives on his own, Shaw messed up with the natural order. And I hear what you're saying there, and I appreciate that thought process. But if you had the opportunity to call in Godzilla and have other Titans bow down and get out of there, you better believe I'd be pressing the button as well too.
So I love what Red Hooded Outlaw says here, because I know he's a Team Shaw guy all the way too, and he's saying Shaw can do no wrong, but even I gotta admit, dog, unless Godzilla arrives on his own, Shaw messed with the natural order, and that's where I get at. Godzilla never needs to be called. You know, he makes a decision to balance the natural order of things. When Titans get out of place, Godzilla shows up on his own. So this is where I say Shaw messed up, because he should not have messed with Godzilla at all. Like, if Godzilla saw Titan X as a problem, as a threat to the balance of the natural order, Godzilla shows up. He didn't need to be called for the Mutos. He didn't need to be called for Ghidorah. He knew before the humans even knew the problem that they were about to start. He knew about Mecha Godzilla before the problem even started, you know? So, well, but before it was unleashed.
Yes, but King of the Monsters hasn't happened yet, so we haven't necessarily seen Godzilla respond to.
But we did see him respond to the Muto situation. He wasn't called then. You know, they didn't have a way of calling him then. He showed up on his own. He makes a decision to what is the natural order of things. Shaw said it at the wrong time. So
also, with the whole fact that you have to manipulate the situation to get what you want, making a false call, I think that's a sign that you're probably not in the right spot for going to this path.
Did he not do it in an appropriate spot, though? It was away from society.
No, he had to make. No, that's what I'm saying. He had to make the call. The fact that he had to make the call is unnatural to what Godzilla's ready to do when there is danger. So that's where he had to fake the call of danger to Godzilla. That in itself, by creating a lie to force a reaction, isn't true. So
in the grand scheme of things, which route do you think would have gone faster, Kate's plan or Shaw's plan? Shaw's plan is going
Shaw's plan would be faster of doing something, but I think Kate's plan would be better long-term wise. Again, I go with the whole thing where the ends do not justify the means.
I love what Sting Floyd says here. Shaw never learned the key message in Godzilla 2014. The arrogance of man is thinking nature is in our control and not the other way around. That is perfect. And honestly, we keep talking about it. This, even though he was name dropped again about Serizawa, it really feels like we're missing, especially when Godzilla calls upon. This would be a good time for Serizawa to show up and figure out what is going on, because if Godzilla is his main Titan that he's always kind of keeping an eye on, I think this is the moment where we got to see him in the next 2 episodes, or at least hear that he's responding in some way.
You know what I need, Trey? Do you know what I need? I need you to end the Kintaro poll.
Because you want to start another poll?
Because I want to start another poll, and can Shaw be redeemed? Because
he can be redeemed, though.
See, I don't think there's anything for Shaw to be redeemed. He did it with the best intentions. He wasn't trying to betray anyone. He didn't want to lose anyone. And honestly, his solution was sound, because in his mind, he's like, well, Godzilla is just the natural order. I just got to let the big dog know that we need a fight now. The problem was, it's not for Shaw to decide what the natural order is.
Bingo.
Why? Why do you think that?
Because Godzilla is. If he already puts faith in Godzilla being the natural balance, or the policeman of the natural
like just order, do his job.
Yeah, he needed to trust Godzilla was going to do what was necessary when it was. He didn't need to call him.
I think he was trying to hurry it up, and I think that's all he was doing.
So out of 26 votes for our poll, can Kintaro be redeemed after his great betrayal? Wow, a lot of people are not happy with Kintaro. 85% said no, he's dead to us.
What?
Whoa, that's harsh, yo.
Oh, man. Okay, Trey, put in the poll now that we need to have a Shaw. Was Shaw right? You know, whose plan? Okay, maybe how do we word this?
Was Shaw right to call upon Godzilla?
But like maybe not necessarily that. Like, was the plan? Who had the best plan? Shaw, K and K, or Monarch
Kintaro.
or Kintaro?
Shaw, Kintaro,
and I feel like
Casey.
I feel like Shaw's going to have the best plan according to the chat, and I would love to hear that. But I think it's time, as you're putting in that poll, we need to move on to this whole Kintaro can't be redeemed situation that we're finding ourselves.
Well, first, I think we need to address, because we had him on hold for a little bit, the temple scene.
Okay, yes.
Let's talk about the temple scene. Who brought that up? Someone had a great.
I think that was Stink Floyd who brought that up.
May have been Stink Floyd, or I feel like maybe it was someone else.
I'm scrolling up. We've had a lot of comments since. If you were the one who said it, feel free to say it again. The Amazing Webhead said it was me. It was the Amazing Webhead.
Oh, Amazing Webhead. Okay, talking about the temple scene.
Yes.
I only wish they showed more. You know, they gave us like, we can only refer, or I should say infer, that it was Godzilla's temple, his home, that we see in King of the Monsters. And with Michael Dougherty being a consultant on this show, it makes sense that it should be that. I wish they would have just flat out, here it is, you know, he's in his temple sleeping on, you know, the steps. Maybe even shown one of his Godzilla Hollow Earth statues, you know, where it's like the people with the Godzilla helmets on. That would have been cool. It also would have been nice to see you know, the Anguirus skeleton that was in there, but I'm sure they probably would have had to pay Toho for that little bit of Easter egg.
Right.
But no, I think it was very cool. Do you guys agree with it? Like, I guess, am I crazy? Are we all kind of thinking like it could have been somewhere else, or simply because we saw the glow of the lava? Are we all in agreement that it's his temple? It's his home.
I would agree if we could get to 30 likes. We're almost there. So a couple more likes, folks. No, I would say that, yeah, I think by them doing it so quickly, the quick glimpse automatically implies that it was his nesting ground, you know, Godzilla's nesting ground. So, I think that was just a quick Easter egg drop for us.
Yeah. Koji, you feeling the same way?
Yeah, I bought it, and I felt like it was his stomping ground because, you know, what, after Kingdom Monsters, he's sleeping in a Coliseum or something. So I figured this is like place he'd be sleeping out up in.
Yeah, because he loses his home after.
There's a spot because he's not familiar with the other stuff yet.
Yeah, because after King of the Monsters, they blow it up to help level him up a bit.
Yeah, because you know, if it's destroyed, he's not going to go there. But if it's there, I see why not keep going there. That's a nice spot. That's a spot, man.
So I did set up the poll. I said who had the best plan. Shaw called Godzilla. Kate and Keiko understanding Titans. Kentaro and Apex Steel and Steady. And Monarch and Military bomb it. So let us know who had the best plan, because Super Bro Corey's trying to prove a point that he's wrong on.
I just, you know, Kate and K's plan, you know, that didn't necessarily, like, what was Kate and K's plan? If you're thinking about picking Kate and K's plan, what was their plan? And it was basically help her get back on the migratory route.
But see, this is where I say
she takes care of herself. Get out of there.
We know Kokai is not an aggressive Titan. Kate confirms it. She says it's not dangerous. It doesn't want to hurt us. She confirmed it right on the beach. That is not enough. No. She confirmed it back in the last episode when she listened to the Titan song, and then she told Monarch. She told Tim this very same information.
Hours of timeline away. No, it's like, and what would have happened?
We don't know what they do well with the ecosystem, because remember that village was celebrating her for a reason, and they were prosperous.
And look how often those things destroyed everything as well. You know.
Well, of course, when things are bad, you know, shoot, don't attack her.
I remember. No. I'm talking about the village when Shaw and Kay was there the first time. She started throwing down then. So,
but see, there was a reason for that. She started getting aggressive when Shaw was kicking around her scarabs. It was that paternal instinct that we were talking about.
Kicking her scarab babies who are there to protect her actual babies.
And if you notice, she's only aggressive when her scarabs or children are in danger. Like when we saw the humans on, and granted, maybe you could say she was overreacting a little bit when she took out that Monarch outpost that was at that beach where the surfers got attacked. But I still think it seems like anytime those scarabs are around or her children, she's a little bit on the defensive. She's quick to be aggressive, which is the maternal instincts we see of any animal predator.
And is she wrong? Look at people's first reactions: attack her, kill her, call Godzilla.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably been around for a while.
Probably not hurt her, but to get her off land, not knowing she laid an egg. Yeah. To me, it's who was saying that on social media? They're going nuts right now about pissed off that Godzilla attacked Kokai. Was it Amazing Webhead again? So I understand that, and honestly, it is rough. It's kind of because you see Godzilla reacting in a way that doesn't make sense. But here's where I say I think because Godzilla was being called, and we've seen it before, right? We've seen that when something like the orca is used in King of the Monsters, the Titans are aware of it and they react. They're kind of confused by it, right? Because it also uses the acoustics of human calls mixed in with Godzilla. So there's a bit of confusion there. But this similar situation, Godzilla's hearing a call that's directed to him. It's probably more curiosity at that point of like, okay, what's going on here? I need to check this out. And simply because he arrives, Kokai is in a state of, okay, why is he here? Godzilla leaves people alone. Why is he showing up on the shore when I just laid an egg? So she goes in full defensive mode. So she's the one that immediately starts heading towards him in an aggressive manner, flaring up, turning her pink colors that she does. So Godzilla in that moment is already like, okay, like I'm here on this island. I've been called. Here's this Titan coming at me now. So I think it's literally just an animal response to something coming at them in an aggressive manner. So Godzilla and now they're about to throw down. I don't think it's Godzilla being the big bully on campus being like, you're not supposed to be here, because
very curious. What's the signal? I'm going to another battle.
Yeah, going to investigate. Oh crap, this Titan's coming at me now. It's a bad misunderstanding, I guess you could say. It's arriving on a hot situation,
I know you don't like snakes, Trey, but I'm familiar with some cobras and they protect their eggs very similarly as Kokai.
Great point. I'm gonna end the poll real quick, and because I think we got like 31 votes on it. So here we go. Let's see what everyone had to say. Curious. Out of 31 votes, no one voted on Monarch military bomb it. No one voted for Kentaro and Apex steal and study. And 26% said Shaw call Godzilla. Which means number one dominating answer is 74% Kate and Keiko understanding Titans.
Dude, that's still not bad. 26%, over a quarter, said that Shaw knew what he was doing.
Yeah, 25 cents and a penny.
Exactly. 26%, buddy. That's big. That means people trust what Shaw's doing as well.
Well, but see, that's where I say he did it with the best intentions, right? Like he wasn't trying to, like, the problem is, and we do see this mistake with Shaw every now and then, right? Like he loses faith in things and goes completely radical with it, but he needs to be reminded of it. In this case, with Keiko, right? Like he's always said, like she's the smartest woman I ever met. And it's this moment. I think Oracle, you can be proud of yourself of where you were right from your best comment earlier. Let me pull it back up here. Keiko, this episode, the very last episode was heartbreaking. I think when Oldershaw was saying it's the moment they let her go, I think he was not only talking about that moment for younger Shaw, but himself too. He knows Keiko will never agree with his plan to use Godzilla against Titan X, and that will be the end of their relationship. So I think it's fair to say that's definitely how it was going. You could see he was kind of colder to it, that for the first time, he wasn't going to listen to her as the most intelligent person in the room anymore. He was now looking like, I'm doing this in a way because she doesn't understand that I'm trying to protect them. She's always about understanding the Titans.
But here's the thing, though, too. The situation was out of time. There was no more time left. The Navy was pulling up. Monarch went with the destroying of Kokai. So ultimately, Godzilla typically sends the good ones back to their realm. So in the grand scheme of things, while people could be upset that Shaw forced Godzilla's hand into getting involved, what was about to happen was even worse, as we saw with a 0% rating from nobody had any faith in Monarch or the military coming in to blow the hell out of this island and Kokai there as well. So ultimately, the plan that Shaw had saved Kokai in the sense that they started fighting and things are being shifted away now. Like ultimately, Kokai is going to end up back in her realm and her lair, but it was Shaw's plan that got this moving. I think people are underestimating, and that's why 26% agreed that Shaw had something to say.
I think you're reaching a bit, but
no, that's a coincidences that happened after his initial plan, but his plan wasn't with that result.
What would have happened if we bombed the hell out of the island with Kokai there? Well, because that was happening. That was in plan and about to happen. Military was en route. Shaw didn't know that.
No, I think it's fair to say that if Kate and Keiko were allowed to do what they were going to do, I have
more options.
I don't think the military would have fired upon their own people. That would have not gone well. So I think simply by having them there, what's up, Rhodes? How you doing, man? I think by having Kate and Keiko there, they wouldn't have launched the nuclear missiles to blow up Kokai if they had a team on the ground, if they weren't willing to leave.
Are you kidding me? No way, bro. You can't say that at all. Military would be like, nope, we're going through. We're, sorry that there's people there on that island. Sorry you have a team there. But ultimately taking out this Titan is more important to the greater good. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the 3 or 4 that are actually on this island.
That's not entirely true.
You better, Koj.
They did that in Godzilla. Okay,
no.
Taking away from what Corey's saying as like real life, of how we would look at it. But even in the 2014 film, they tried to. Aaron Taylor Johnson's character was asked to go after the nuclear bomb and shut it down because it was now in civilian territory. It wasn't off in the middle of the bay.
But there's no really televised witnesses here as there was there.
True, there isn't, but nonetheless, there's still enough people on the ground that I don't see them doing it.
What movie was that too? You said King of the Monsters?
The 2014 film.
Okay, that was a 2014 film? Nah, bro. I think I think they'd be dropping bombs left and right. The civilian casualties in this standpoint is so small in the grand scheme of things. Plus, they already aren't the biggest fan of Shaw in the first place. He's gone rogue. It's too bad that Kay shouldn't even be here. They don't even really necessarily care about that situation. And the kiddos, they're collateral damage. Unfortunately, I don't like saying that, but you better believe that they would have seen the greater good of just blowing the hell out of the island.
I believe it's very realistic.
Thank you, Rhodes. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. Best YouTubers ever.
Hey,
ooh, that's some high compliments, Corey. I feel like we should. That's a sweet compliment. I feel like we should play a little something to say thank you for that, man. Thank you, Rhodes.
Ha! Godzilla!
Let's get on into it.
Thank you so much, Rhodes. I appreciate it for the kind words.
I love this comment coming up here. Even Emancipate Post said, the military would do anything as long as the mission is completed. See, people are agreeing with that. Technically, it was a suicide mission. I could care less about the debate. I just want to see the Titan fight in the Monsterverse.
Okay,
I
so
went like
okay,
that.
I do want to
Boom.
say something to this. So Dickin, I understand that mentality, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing we got to keep in mind. Godzilla films, going back to Toho, were never just about monsters fighting. Yes, that is the part as a kid we all loved and couldn't wait to see, when is Godzilla going to destroy Tokyo. But from the beginning, the very first film, it was never about the monster. It was about the people. And you need to have that human element into the story, because that puts us in the moment, right? That puts us with the real drama that we want to see these characters survive. We put ourselves in their shoes, and it helps us kind of experience the Titan action even more. And yes, you could go in more depth literature, analytical wise of, monsters represent, the forces of nature. They represent fears of certain things. Sure, you could absolutely get into that and be more in depth if you would like. But I think just to simply say, just like, don't give me a show about drama, give me just Titan action. Like, what's the point of that? Almost, if you want that, just watch wrestling. But then again, even in wrestling, what makes wrestling good? It's not just the fight, it's the drama building up, knowing that those two people hate each other in the ring, right?
Finish the story, Shaw.
Yeah, or there's the factions that break apart, and there's the drama of betrayal. It's cool. Yes, the fighting is entertaining and it's action, but if you have no emotional weight to it, if you have no emotional connection, or like where you're leaning away or something, you want who to win or you want who to lose, and if someone loses, it's going to break your heart, or if this person wins, you're going to cheer or you're going to boo. You have to be emotionally invested. That's the word I was looking for. You have to be invested with those characters. So it's not good enough just to be like, throw up some fighting and call it a day. Toho's never done it. The MonsterVerse is never going to do it that way either. There's always going to be a little bit of the human drama in it to make you more, hopefully, if they achieve it, more invested. But I get what you're getting at. And we got a little bit, and I'm sure we're going to get a little bit more. We do know from the trailers there's that whole scene where Godzilla's in the water chasing Kokai. So,
Wait, here's the thing though. Now, okay? Mm-hmm. What's going to be an interesting next episode is Kokai has left the island now. She's chasing her egg, right?
Yeah.
So Godzilla started a fight with her, but she is leaving that area of that call that Shaw had. So if they get away from that call, Godzilla should know that this Kokai isn't here to mess around anymore. And if they get far away from the scene, he's gonna still be like, wait a second, the call is still back there. It's not with her. What's going on back there still? He should technically go back there unless it's been turned off. And if it has been turned off, then there should be no more reason to fight Kokai.
He teams up with her. Oh, imagine that.
Right? So we're about to prove y'all wrong, and you're all gonna apologize to Super Bro Corey.
Oh my God.
And you're gonna say, we're sorry, Shaw, we should have never have left your good and sound judgment, Shaw.
Corey just Kurt Russell could do no wrong in his eyes, so I see how it is. TJ says, I have a feeling Godzilla's going to help Kokai get her egg.
Ooh,
that's an interesting thought. Maybe, I think if Godzilla realizes what's going on, which he's highly intelligent, maybe we'll see. And honestly, it could be what gives Godzilla a little bit of his inkling to watch out for this Apex group.
So are we calling it now as the battalion that Godzilla is because if your theory is true that Kokai is, just a chill Titan, then Godzilla, as they get away from the call, should be like, we're all good now. Am I right? Or would Godzilla continue to attack? What are your thoughts there?
I don't think Godzilla continues to
I don't think so either. But however, I think he's still a bit like the adrenaline's pumping. He's in the fight. You know,
I think he'll follow.
Yeah, I think he'll pay attention. He'll follow what Kokai's up to, and hopefully he figures it out.
I think we need another poll, Trey. We need another poll.
No more polls because we got to end tonight.
No, we don't.
Otherwise, we're talking about too many breakdowns. All this could be discussed.
I'm too pumped right now to let this go tonight.
Good grief. So wait, what King Donkey Kong wanted to say? I read something that said he wanted to say one thing.
Kintaro is an idiot. He said he literally didn't want to work with Apex and thought Isabel was separate, but she isn't. She lied. She is with Apex, and he fell for it.
I was feeling that she was like, didn't I say she was like a scout with how she was funded and driven around? She was doing nothing really on her own.
Yeah, it definitely seems so. I mean, that's the part that's upsetting about Kintaro, where the very thing he didn't want to do, he's doing. You know, he didn't want to be a part of Apex. He didn't want to be a pawn, and he is a pawn. Rose says Super Mario. What do you mean? Like the movie, the game? I don't know. Hashtag Kintaro messed up.
Dude, we have to get down to this comment. We have to get down to this. Can explain why he stopped in the trailer, but look what Stink Floyd just said. He'll chase her to Skull Island, then break off.
That could happen because that would be.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
That's interesting, idea. Right?
Because we do see in the trailer that Kong and Kokai do throw down. There must be a reason for that, for sure. And part of me wonders if, I don't know, maybe if it's like a BVS moment where now they have the thing that Kokai wants back and they use it against her, you know. Maybe it's the reason we've talked about. Maybe this is how Apex learns how they can control Kokai. That Kokai follows them and they're able to redo their experiment and they get it right this time. And then they use Kokai to fight, you know, to cause some problems. Yeah. What?
That sounds so awesome. You know, but like, doesn't Kong care about the balance as well?
Island.
I think that's the thing. It's like to Kong, if anything threatens his island, because he's kind of, in this point, all he really cares about Skull Island. Because if Kong cared about, I mean, yes, you could be like, well, he can't really leave Skull Island and go find King Ghidorah when he's doing its Apex call. Kong is very much protective of his kingdom here. You know, he doesn't care about the outside world, which is why Godzilla didn't care about Kong until he got off his island. That's when Godzilla was like, hold on now, like you were supposed to stay there. Like now you're encroaching on my territory and we're going to go down. But yeah.
So you think it's more territorial for Kong?
I think it is. At this point, it is more territorial for Kong. I think simply when Kokai showed up, in Kong's eyes, like she didn't belong there. It didn't matter if she was not an aggressive Titan. He was kind of like, to him, when they opened up Axis Mundi, the natural orders of things on Skull Island was upsetted, and he came to see what was up, and here's this giant Titan, so he's reacting. You know, they're, as much as we like to think of how intelligent all these Titans are, and they certainly are, we do have to look at them as, even what Sarazawa says is that these are animals and they're just reacting in certain ways, like animalistic behavior, like we talked about with Kokai when she was arriving on the beach last episode. I was like, that's interesting. She's clearly, like, to me, that's very sea turtle like behavior. She's going to the sand to probably lay eggs, and what do you know, that's what she's doing. Rhodes says, so Godzilla was powerful. What happened to Titan X? What did she going to do at Australia by the beach? So what happened? Was she going to do after she going to the beach to be in the dream again or not? I think I know what you're saying. I think you're trying to say, like, what was she going to do after she laid the egg, kind of thing. I don't know. She may have stuck around there. I mean, with her parental instincts, I could see her, or if you want to look at it in a bit of a Mothra way, maybe Kokai is at the end of her life. And this is her setting up for the future being that's going to continue, right? And the migratory route, the path is, you know, now she's left her, I guess you could say, legacy, her continuation to go on, and now she might die.
I'm wondering if this is just one egg or one of many.
Maybe. it could explain some of her migratory route. Who knows? If Hiroshi was alive, he would slap her up. He would slap her up. Who? Wait, didn't she enter our realm via Skull Island? She did. Yeah, where the Axis Mundi portal opened, it was on Skull Island. So, man.
He meant Kentaro. He would slap Kentaro up, I think.
Oh, slap Kentaro. Yeah, I don't see Hiroshi agreeing with Kentaro on that one. I think he would have listened to his
Kentaro
mom.
wouldn't agree with Kentaro as far as things going. The only reason
Even Kentaro doesn't agree with himself.
Like, here's the thing about Kentaro. Like, and I don't have any.
He hasn't drawn in a while. He's not himself.
Exactly. I don't have an issue with how Kentaro's handling it as well, because Kentaro is just upset about his father. You know, if this thing killed your, family, yeah.
I think he's upset about a lot of things. It's not just losing his father. It's Kate, taking those moments away from him.
Absolutely.
In all honesty, he has been a character that has been kind of, screwed over by a lot of people.
Shat on nonstop. Mm-hmm. So yeah, absolutely. Like at this point, why wouldn't you? Like, yeah, I want to destroy these Titans, get them out of here. They've been nothing but they've ruined my family's life. That's the best way to put it. If you think about it, they ruined his dad's relationship with his mom. He ruined his dad's relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
In
a lot of ways, he's Hiroshi, but gone. Yeah, he's the same person as Hiroshi, but has gone down the wrong path.
Yeah, and so, I and that's why, like, I know there's a lot of hate for Kentaro, but I don't think we can hate him that much, because if we were put in his shoes, I think a lot of us would have chosen the same path.
Interesting, very much indeed. But guys, before we wrap up tonight, I always like to roll out the red carpet for our Monarch Monstars panel and our boy KJ. What you got coming up on your channel, my man?
Not much. Just got the Super Sentai finale coming on at some point, and a watch party of Lagan coming up at some point, and follow me making my film coming out at some point. So I have the my Instagram for my film series set up, so my channel will debut at some point. So a lot of some points, except 4 times. So yeah, just subscribe, follow me, and check out my posts to keep up on my stuff coming up. It's a lot of fun. We do watch parties, and I have some interviews lined up too with some interesting insights and a whole bunch of stuff. So that's your thing. You like having fun and like seeing the Bat channel, cruise on by. But yeah, just keep watching all the stuff I have coming up, and we'll have a good time.
My man, I'm super excited, especially Koji, if you could put your link to your social media page so people can start
thank you.
Looking at your film that you got coming up that Koji directed. He did the cinematography for it, man. Like he did it all. He's like Takashi Yamazaki, doing it all for this film, man, and just making a kick-ass movie with probably, I don't know, maybe a 50th of the budget that even Takashi Yamazaki had for Godzilla -1. So, and it still looks
500th.
Yeah, 500th of it. Yeah.
Good Soldiers follows order, says best watch party ever.
Hey, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Good Soldiers follow order.
Really good thoughts. I'm excited for this breakdown. And then Gokai is that's interesting. That's very interesting.
I mean, they could do that. Yeah, she could, or Kokai could produce asexually. I mean, that's certainly possible. I mean, we know Godzilla has also been considered that at a few different points, so it's certainly possible that Kokai doesn't. There might not be another Titan X out there that she's,
and Drake,
Dark Star Killer Unleashed. That channel, please don't forget about Maul. I know I saw your comment earlier, like, dude, like, where's the reaction to episode 3 and that you're about to watch Star Wars Theory? Which, first off, like, you can still watch Star Wars Theory. Like, Star Wars Theory, I watch his content. I actually met him. He's a super nice guy. So watch his content. He makes great content, but the fact that you're waiting on, like, my seal of approval or hatred towards Maul, that means a lot. Thank you. I promise I'll get to it. It's been a busy week. As you know, I'm still I'm job searching. There's a lot of personal life. And I'm also trying to be a dad and a husband. So, and then there was Godzilla -0, so, but hey, I do know that Star Wars is a very important piece of our content. Yes. I watched them. I will share my thoughts on them. I just haven't had the chance to record my reaction. I promise I will do it this weekend. Please just be patient with me. Please. I appreciate you.
You are more beautiful than a hot dog and a beer at Wrigley Field on opening day.
So man, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. BATtalion, you guys rock. Without you, we could not do this. 50 Shades of Titan. That's a great show. It's Mr. Godzilla, Did you just roll your eyes on me? That's him and Mothra all the night,
Yeah, and look how fast they're cruising up to 8,000 right now. We're already just shy of 7,600. Are we going to hit 8,000 by the next live stream of this?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe by the end of the season, we'll hit our goal.
BATtalion by next week. Can we do it?
It's quite crazy, BATtalion. The fact that we might triple where we were in January. And the fact that we're 10K might have been a bad end of the year goal, which is nuts to me. So that's a testament to you guys. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you. I love you. BATtalion, you never disappoint.
So subscribe, please.
Subscribe because
Godzilla!
please.
I'm sorry. I just love that one so much.
It is a good one. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with the BATtalion. We love all the comments today. And this is going to be a fun breakdown for sure. So you know what you need to do? Smash that like. You need to share this video. You need to leave a comment about your favorite moments, or hey, comment on some of the debates that we've had, and post on social media. If you do, tag us, because I love seeing what you guys have to say on social media. And plus, I like to shout you guys out when you do post something about us on social media. I like to say thank you on public. So at _BAT channel, I love it. And thank you so much for rocking with us. You're the best BATtalion.
What's up, Scammer Skull? Thank you, sir.
Scammer Skull. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much. And now a message from our sponsors, the TPP. Guys, have a great night and be safe in a world of Titans. So long.
Shaw was right.
And now a special message brought to you by the Titan Preparedness Plan.
With the recent spike in Titan sightings circulating on social media, proactive preparation for a Titan emergence event is crucial. A single towering force of nature has the potential to forever alter the lives of millions. It is our mission to help you prepare for that force. The Titan Preparedness Plan is your guide to staying safe in the face of monsters. These are the 3 steps you need to know. 1. Know before you go. Identify the location of your nearest Titan shelter and practice navigating a Titan evacuation route with your family on a weekly basis. 2. Run and take cover. In the case of a Titan emergence, calmly sprint to the nearest Titan shelter. If your designated shelter is inaccessible or at capacity, seek the basement or lowest floor of a nearby building. 3. Stay informed. Follow any further instruction from local authorities and stay informed using your mobile device, television, or radio. We can't stop a Titan emergence, but we can safeguard our lives. Join us in building a safer, more resilient community. We are here to protect you.